Now, when I hear things like this and we're saying, like, what does that have to do with the mind? I think it means everything, because again, we talked about feeding the spirit. We also have to feed the mind. So what books are we reading? And you'd probably be thinking like, why is that important? Books are important because again, it gives your brain information. There's so much video content out there, but slow down. What are you writing? When you think about your mind, what are your goals? What are you writing down daily? What's your plan? What's your action? But that mind is so important that you invest in it every single day.
Durran Cage.
Here at Durran Cage.
Like if they cast Durran Cage to play Hercules, which he has the physique to do.
Power. I want you to close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Wait, what? Seven bars for life, right? And so when you're hearing 7 bars, some of you might be like, what is 7 bars? What is a bar? And so a bar in hip hop terms is a verse or a lyric. So like, what are the 7 verses? What are the 7 lyrics that are on your life that you're going after, whether it's daily or it's weekly? Maybe you need to look at it monthly, whatever that is. But what are the 7 bars that are giving you the direction in your life? And I believe in life, especially in mine, is that really the whole goal is to get through it with the least amount of bad distractions as possible, because I believe distractions can be both good or they can be bad. But there's so many distractions. There's so many people or businesses, anything that can be pulling at our energy to distract us. So it's important that we have 7 bars, or the 7 principles, whatever you want to call them, over your life that are guiding you. So I've got notes, and hey, grab your pen, grab your paper, have some fun with me, but get your mind ready for this. But I want you to go along this journey with me, because these things have helped me, but they're still helping me. So I don't want you to look at this as you're having a conversation with me and I've got it all figured it out. No, I don't. But these are things over the last 5 years of my life have dramatically changed my life. I'm talking about from being at the lowest point that I can even think of, like ready to hang it all up, to now still aspiring to grow every single day in these 7 key areas, these 7 bars, these lyrics over my life to help impact my life, my wife, my family, the people that I come in touch with, because we all typically go through it at some point in time. It's like, I heard someone say you're either heading towards a problem, you're actually in a problem, or you just got out of a problem. Anybody feel me on that? It's like you're one of those 3. So if we know some of that is going on, why not just be prepared for it and set ourselves up to be pretty much limitless, just filled up with the right energy and resources to make sure we can tackle just about anything that comes our way. Not everything, right? But this should help, because it helped me. So let's get into it. 7 bars for your life. So number 1, and this is for me. So these 7 bars for you, they can be whatever you want them to be. So they don't have to be what it is that I'm going after. It could be whatever's most important to you. So I'm going to lead it in. Number 1 is my spirit. So my number 1 bar, the first bar over the direction of my life, is my spirit life. And so in terms of spirit, I'm not talking about religion here. So it's whatever that you believe in, whether it's God, it's a higher power, if you believe, whatever that thing is for you. But for me, it's that spiritual connection, the relationship that I have that's important. And I'm going to give you some data. 7 billion different ways of meditating. And let me say it again. I'm going to say it this way. There's over 7 billion different ways and feelings or things that you can go through when it comes to meditation or prayer, whatever that is. Why 7 billion? Because there's over that many people on the planet, and what I'm saying here is how you meditate, how you pray, or whatever it is that you do to uplift your spirit daily. You got to feed that spirit. If you feed it great things are going to happen. If you're not feeding it the right things, it will come out. Okay. But feeding the spirit with the right things, like I said, it could be meditation, it could be prayer, it could be a lot of different things, is that calmness that gives you clarity over your life. We live in such a noisy world. Again, distractions, people everywhere. but to have 10 to 20, 30 minutes a day. So normally what we like to do is get in at least 10 minutes. I like to get it with my family sometimes. Sometimes it's by myself, but to really get quiet, with yourself is powerful. Number 2 is my mind. Did you know that 1 in 5 people are battling depression or some kind of mental illness on average? And this is not my stats, this is CDC, okay? You can look up others. Now, when I hear things like this and we're saying, like, what does that have to do with the mind? I think it means everything, because again, we talked about feeding the spirit. We also have to feed the mind. So what books are we reading? And you'd probably be thinking like, why is that important? Books are important because again, it gives your brain information. There's so much video content out there, but slow down. What are you writing? When you think about your mind, what are your goals? What are you writing down daily? What's your plan? What's your action? But that mind is so important that you invest in it every single day. I always find it interesting that we spend so much time trying to learn and grow and develop our mind in the first 20 years of our life, that the next 80 years, if we, get to live to 100 or beyond, whatever, most people don't spend that much time. I mean, they say less than 1 person reads a book a year. That's a problem, because if we're not growing, I'll let you fill that in. Number 3, our body. And you see these lines right here? These lines, and I think I might have touched the mic, these lines represent these 7 bars, So if you want a shirt like that, comment below, I'll get you a shirt. But it's 7 bars. And so these 7 lines represent, so we're on number 3, body. Here's a statistic for you. 42% of people are obese, big, and here's what's crazy. I can say things like this because I've been there. I was just there 18 months ago. I think I'm now about 48 pounds right now. I switched my life up to go more plant-based, more whole foods, because think about it. If you go back, a lot of stuff that we eat now was not even available hundreds and thousands of years ago. Like, where did all this food come from? No matter wherever you stop, there is food. You know what I'm saying? Gas station, I was that guy. I was a gas station food guy. Don't make fun of me. Yes, every time pump the gas, go inside, get you a wedges, corn dog, something like that. Does anybody hear me? Maybe it's just me. But make sure that you're taking that time to take care of your body. So working out daily, eating the right foods. I believe 80% of how we look and feel is based on what we're eating. So you don't have to be plant-based or vegan like myself, but find something that is a clean eating resource that makes you feel good. If you eat and you don't feel good after, there you go. You don't need to eat that anymore. So pay attention to what you eat. Take care of your body. This is it. We only get one of these jokers, right? So pour into it, give it everything that you got, and it will give right back to you. We're talking energy. Okay, number 4, my wife, okay? I looked at the statistics and I already knew it was pretty high, but over 50% of marriages normally end up in divorce. And so I believe one of the biggest reasons, again, there's a lot of distractions, but a big part of it is just intentionality. Like when you look at time, which to me, time is something that we have to make. We have to control that time, because don't let time control you. You have to watch that. But when we get intentional with our time, with our partners, our spouse, whatever relationship you have, that's when it develops. So again, you feed that relationship. I give as much as I can to my wife. We plan and prioritize our time to make sure that we can continue to grow. Because if not, if I start putting other things like my business before my wife and my family, or my other, let's say, maybe I've got hobbies, like I like to play ball or something like that. If I'm putting all those things in front of my wife and my children, there's going to be a problem at some point. Something's going to happen because that other partner is not feeling it, and then again, you just have to look at how we treat one another. And again, are we growing? We're talking about our spirit. Is it growing? These are our bars over our life. What are your statements? Am I growing my spirit daily? Am I growing my mind? Is it enhancing? Am I taking care of my body? What am I doing? What are those statements? Am I getting closer to my partner or my spouse, or am I getting farther away? And if I'm getting farther away, what am I doing to fix it, baby? we work so hard before we get married to like make everything great, and we're like, yeah, everything's great, but then afterwards, what happens? You know, and I'm not here to say that I'm a perfect husband or I've got a perfect marriage, none of that. It's a daily grind and work ethic that both parties have to put into it. Number 5, if you got my children, you notice I separated because I put my wife right there in the middle, and then I've got my family and friends, like in children, cousins, everybody else, because I've seen this happen so many times in families where we put our children before we put our spouse or our partner or whatever. And that to me is out of alignment, because when children are raised above, like we spend more time with them, we care more about what they're doing, we invest more into them, then your relationship, your partnership that you have at the top is at some point might feel some kind of way. Now I know there's seasons for everything, but I'm just saying, like, make sure that you separate the time with your children. So even for me, we have to be intentional. So I have to put it on the calendar for me. Like, okay, Saturday, we're going to do this. Sunday, I'm going to do this one. This rising at 4:30, 4:45, me and my son went to the gym in the rising early. It was still dark, but it's allowing us to get that time in. So just again, if that's something that you're struggling with, be intentional, get a calendar and schedule time if need be, or figure out some kind of system to make sure that you're staying really close with your loved ones. All right. Ooh, we're number 6. Business and brands is number 6. So that's my 6th bar over my life, is what am I doing to grow my businesses and brands? And this is so crucial, because every single one of you watching this, listen closely, every single one of you watching this is a brand and you are a business. What you do with that is up to you. But the way that you connect with people, the way that you're online, whether you do social media or you don't, you are a business and a brand. People are watching you. They're connecting with you. They're liking your energy. So make sure you're investing in your business and your brand and making it grow. And the most important thing that I can say that has helped me in terms of my business growth with my brands and business is investing in it mentally. Like, make sure that you're reading books and you're studying it, but also, get a good mentor. I have a great mentor still. I actually have a bunch of mentors, but one of the mentors I have, Corey, who literally took me under his wing over 3 years ago to give that structure, so I'm not going in it alone. So again, you're going through these different things. You got the spirit, you got all these things to help you, but having people that are specialized in that area of business that you're in, or the brand that you want to grow, do some homework, study it, man. Again, get your books, get your pen, and study this thing, because there's nothing that you cannot figure out. There's nothing. Anything that you want in life, you can have it if you're diligent enough and you're writing these things down and you get around the right people. You're unstoppable. Be limitless, baby. Okay, the last one, number 7. Number 7 is taking the money that we receive from whatever that we're doing, our businesses, our brands, or whatever your career is, and investing and watching your money, your cabbage, your cash. Because I think the statistic I have here, listen to this, man, is 63% of us live paycheck to paycheck. I've been there for years and years, and a long time. That's a miserable place to be, because we're one bad thing from happening that can just destroy so much. So the way to avoid living paycheck to paycheck is getting really intentional and being smart where you're putting your money, right? So instead of investing it, whether it's shoes or it's things that we're doing to make us feel better on the outside, focus more on what you can invest it in to help you grow on the inside. Again, 7 bars, right? So be looking at that. What are you doing with your money? I've heard some people say, show me a couple months of bank statements and I'll show you your future. When's the last time you printed off your bank statements and looked at all your transactions and then highlighted? Green is great. That's a great purchase. Yellow, not the best. Orange or red or something, stay away from. And look, what were your color lines like? And be real with yourself. Don't be going through everything like, ooh, supersize me French fries. That was great. Had to get it. No, but make sure that you're looking at that. And I want to go back because I was looking at my paper. I didn't give a statistic for number 6, the business and brands, but it's just as important as you're investing in your financing with your income. 45% of businesses fail in the first 5 years, and it's a huge percentage in that first 12 months to 2 years. So think about that too. So again, be intentional, get around the right people, study your craft, grow every single day. Because if we're not growing, again, we're going backwards. So it goes hand in hand. When you're growing your business and you're investing in your business with your mind, your resources, you're going to make more income that you can take and push that right back in at the top, going from the spirit, the mind, the body, your wife, your kids, to your business and brands, all the way down to your money again. And you see how these 7 things are actually just a full circle. It's not even a square, baby. It just keeps going. It keeps going. It never stops. And that's life. It's like, what do they say? Life has gone full what? Full circle. So I hope these 7 bars over that I'm sharing you with my life, and yeah, I'm sharing some vulnerable stuff and really being open, but this is me giving back, because I believe that we're put on this earth not just to, of course, grow in all these different areas, but also to make other people's lives better, And so I heard Will say that one time. He's like, if you're not making other lives better, you're wasting your time. And that struck gold with me when I heard that. I was like, that's it. Make lives better. So I hope this has made your life better. And if it has, please share this to somebody else so they can make their life better. If it hasn't made your life better, share it to somebody else that you think it will make their life better. And comment below if you'd like for me to break more of this stuff down and talk more in detail about it. Please let me know. But I want to let you know, you got this. So get your 7 bars, get your gear on. And be habitual with it. Work on these 7 bars daily. Some of these things that you might need to do, it needs to be spread out throughout the week, whatever. You could try to get some of this out daily or over the 7 days, because you got 7 bars. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Wishing you the best. Get your 7.